So welcome. So this is our 2018 top anticipated movies. So this is a top 10 list from 3 different people, and we have Commie Chris with us. Say hi.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you, Ben, for having me today.
Yeah, and we have Robo here as well.
Hello, thanks for having me.
And so all the links will be in the description below. They make really good comic book videos and related stuff, mainly to do with TV shows, but also movies, Marvel and DC, Star Wars, everything that you want. So welcome to the stream. You can see there's some people in the chat. So this is our top anticipated movies of 2018. We've picked a top 10 each, and we're going to be going through them, comparing them to each other, and being asked. And we're going to question each other's judgment, and obviously we're going to have different opinions, and we're just going to ask them why they actually put this in the list and why they didn't put something in the list. And also we have our mentions, because obviously there's so many films that are going to come out in 2018, and I thought that it would be kind of cool if we could actually include some like honorable mentions. But yeah, so we should get started with this. And Chris, do you want to go first? Do your top
Sure.
10 to 5.
Well, I thought we were going to do our honorable mentions first.
Oh yeah, my bad. Honorable mentions.
Or should we just do the
No.
exact
Do
list?
honorable mentions. That was my bad. You good?
Then number 4 we have Jungle Book.
Yeah.
Then number 3 we have Rampage. Number 2 we have Jurassic World: The Fallen Kingdom, and my first honorable mention is Solo: A Star Wars Story. Those are my top 5 honorable mentions.
Yeah, those are good ones.
Okay, do you want to do yours now, Ben?
Yeah, so I don't really have mine in any order, but the first one's kind of a little bit, but I have an honorable mention. I have Han Solo: A Star Wars Story or whatever as another one, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Ready Player One, and then Incredibles 2.
Yeah, some good choices there. Okay, so for my honorable mentions, I've got, to start off, I've got X-Men: The Dark Phoenix, and that's something that I'm really actually kind of looking forward to, but there's just so many things that I actually want to put down. And my other honorable mention is is Black Panther, and again, I'm really looking forward to it, but it's just so much to pick, and it just maybe didn't go as high in anticipation as some other stuff. But next one I have is Spiderverse, the animated film. I think it's called Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse.
It's called Spider-Man Into the... Yeah, that's what it's called, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that, but the main reason why it's in my mentions is I'm not a massive fan of 3D animation, but I'm looking forward to the story. My other one is a film that you might not have heard of. It's called Annihilation, and it got a trailer recently, and it looks really good, I think.
I had that on my list as well, but I replaced it with Ready Player One.
Yeah.
That's the one with Oscar Isaac and
Natalie Portman, yeah. It looks pretty good.
Yeah,
and then
it's the same people who made Ex Machina or whatever.
And then my final honorable mention goes to a whole load of films, because I couldn't decide, but sort of the Academy Award-winning films. So that's like Shape of Water, The Post, Molly's Game, Darkest Hour, Call Me by Your Name, Three Billboards, and Lady Bird. I'm looking forward to all of them, but I just couldn't decide which one goes first between those ones.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I sorted them out on my list. I would have put them as one if I knew we were doing that, but
no.
I kind of spread them out.
Yeah.
I would have had those on my honorable mentions as well.
Yeah, but okay. So on to the list. So Chris, what's your first your number 10 pick?
Okay, yeah. I just want to say, I'm actually surprised that Black Panther is in your honorable mentions list and not in your actual...
Yeah,
I know.
I'm actually surprised.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that as well.
Well, quickly, my main reason to not put it in, it would be like number 12 or something in my list. It's just like the other films I feel like more strongly about. I'm super excited for Black Panther. I just don't know much about the comic book like history to him, so I don't know too much. So that's That's my main reason why
Okay.
it's not in my top 10.
Okay.
Okay, Chris.
So my number 10 on my list is New Mutants.
Yes. And what's your reasoning?
Explain, or do I go into number 9?
Yeah,
You can
explain.
expect. I don't mind. I mean, just do whatever you feel.
Yeah, explain a
So
bit.
basically, New Mutants, of course, is a comic book movie. Comic book movie is my favorite kind of movies, of course. But with New Mutants, one, there's a few things going against it. It's horror. I don't do well with horrors, but because it's a comic book movie, that is why it's on my top 10 list. And it's, of course, X-Men, and I like X-Men as well. So
Yeah.
that's why New Mutants is on my list, but it's number 10, if that makes sense. So coming up in number 9, we have Ant-Man and the Wasp. And even though I really love the first Ant-Man movie, I feel like it's one of the funniest MCU movies. I just feel like, I don't know, my anticipation level isn't like it to be. That's why it's number 9. But at the same time, it's number 9 because it's a superhero movie, comic book movie. That's why it's on the list too. Number 8, it's X-Men Dark Phoenix. I really liked the Bryan Singer trilogy. I loved Lost is actually the best X-Men movie minus Deadpool, followed up by Days of Future Past. I actually liked Apocalypse as well. Some people,
What about
of course,
Logan?
some people liked it, but not a lot of people liked it, but I liked it. So that's why I'm very excited for Dark Phoenix. So I'm really excited to see what they can do, even though we know that X-Men is coming to the MCU. We don't know if they're going to reboot it or not, but if they are going to reboot it, then this will probably be the final X-Men movie in the universe, you know.
Yeah.
X-Men Dark Phoenix, I'm excited. So yeah.
Next one.
Coming up, number 7, my 7th on the list is actually Aquaman. And yeah, Justice League. With Justice League, Aquaman was my least favorite, and that is only because he didn't live up to expectations. Because there was a lot of hype going into the movie about Aquaman, saying like, "Oh, he's gonna be like this standout star in the movie or something like that." But with me, I didn't really get that.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
like that, it's still Despite that, it's still enough to from him, but at the same time, it still wasn't as good as I had liked him to be in the Justice League movie. Hopefully, the Aquaman movie can redeem. Yeah, that's why Aquaman is number 7th on my list.
I agree.
Is actually Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse. And reason being is because, of course, Spider-Man is my favorite hero, but it's not Peter Parker. It's actually Miles Morales this time around. And Miles Morales is my 11th favorite superhero of all time. And this is going to be his first big on-screen in the cartoon animated shows. Have you watched that before? Like Ultimate Spider-Man?
Yeah.
He's appeared in those shows. So I like him in those shows. But it's going to be his first big movie, essentially. So that's why I'm really excited to see. And the first trailer like dropped like 2 weeks ago. So that was pretty cool as well. So
yeah, that trailer was really good.
Got me even more hyped for the movie. Yeah. So my first 6. Do you want me to go into my number 5, or should we leave it to somebody else?
We'll leave number 5 until the end. But yeah, that's a really good pick. So, yeah, questions. So, do you have any problem with the 3D animation? Do you think? Do you have any opinions or any doubts about the animation style of the Spider-Verse one? What do you think? Pardon? Do you have any queries about the animation style, like the 3D of the Spider-Verse one?
It looks pretty good, actually, if I'm being honest with you. I think it looks cool. I think we've seen something like this from Marvel before, have we? I could be wrong.
I don't think so.
I think so. I can't really remember, but
I don't remember.
It definitely does look really nice.
Yeah.
That's why I'm really happy. I'm really excited for it.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right, Robo, Ben, you're going.
So what do you think about? So what do you think about the movie then?
About the movie as a whole, what it looks like. I think the Spider-Verse movie looks good. I I didn't really connect with the trailer, but you know, the story I'm looking forward to because Miles Morales is good, and the idea of having more than one Spider-Man, it really interests me. Spider-Man's my favorite Marvel hero, so that's always good. So yeah, that's just my thoughts. What about you?
Yeah, my opinions are pretty much the same. I think we need to see a little bit more before I kind of place it somewhere, though.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Ben, do you want to rank your 10 to 6 then?
Sure. So in number 10, I have Ridley Scott's movie All the Money in the World, which is basically known now for replacing Kevin Spacey with Christopher Plummer, right? But I've heard all but great things about it, and apparently Christopher Plummer is like the best part of the movie, so the switch definitely benefited it. And based on the trailers, it's like a murder mystery, so I'm definitely looking forward to that one.
Yeah, good pick.
In number 9, in number 9, I have Mowgli, which is basically the Jungle Book, as you said in your honorable mentions. It's basically Andy Serkis's version of it. He's starring and directing, and it's not going to be CGI, but it's going to be like motion capture.
That's cool.
And Andy Serkis is basically the god of motion capture, so I'm looking forward to that one.
That's a good choice. All right.
In number 8, I have Coco. Anything that Pixar does, I'm a big fan of. And I was a bit worried, but then once people start putting out reviews and stuff like that, because it came out in America, it hasn't come out here yet, a lot of people are saying that the music is really good. So, and I'm a big fan of music in movies, so I'm definitely looking forward to that one a lot. Number 7, I have Guillermo del Toro's The Shape of Water.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Doug Jones. He's in Star Trek Discovery. He's really good in that. And anything that Guillermo does is basically god tier, so he even did Hellboy, so I'm looking forward to that, basically. And then in number 6, I have Aquaman. I basically agree with your points on him in Justice League. It's just enough for me to look forward to the movie, but I'm not anticipating it highly, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely looking forward to Aquaman, and that's why I have it in number 6.
Yeah, so some good choices there. I totally agree with the Ridley Scott one. I'm super anticipating that. I can't wait for that. I love Ridley Scott. Although Prometheus and Alien Covenant weren't that good, his other films are really good. I've thoroughly enjoyed them, like Thelma and Louise, Alien, Blade Runner's amazing. Yeah, he's
really good.
Yeah, I don't have any other questions about yours. Chris, do you have any?
I think I've never actually heard of before. I can't even remember. What was some of the
It was probably Mowgli, right?
Mowgli, the one that I knew.
Jungle Book.
Yeah, that's the Jungle Book. Was it The Shape of Water, probably?
So what's it like about?
It's like I think it's this girl named played by Sally Hawkins, who discovers this like fish-like creature, and they like bond throughout the movie. And I think Michael Shannon is in it as well. It's kind of a weird movie, but you have to like kind of have a specific taste for it, I think. But it's Guillermo.
No, he directed it.
What genre is it from?
Romance.
Sorry?
I think it's romance, isn't it?
I think it's romance. I'm not sure.
It's romance and like sort of it has monsters in it, so it's like sci-fi, I guess. Not really sci-fi.
About them. It's about them bonding, pretty much. So I'd say it's pretty much a romance story, I suppose.
Romance thriller, maybe.
I don't know if I don't know the last time I watched a movie. Must have been years. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So moving. Should we move on to my picks now? So,
Sure.
Yeah, let's move.
My number 10 is Incredibles 2. So my main reason for putting it number 10 is due to when I was a kid, I used to watch the shit out of this film, right? I used to watch it over and over and over, and I kind of like just haven't watched it in like 10 years or so. So I'm very excited because it sort of brings back memories to me. And and this is like the one 3D animation film that I don't mind. I really love this film. Like, I don't know, but I just have this problem with the 3D animation. I prefer the 2D animation. There was a really good film recently, and it was called Loving Vincent. That sort of reminded me, although it was totally different, it was totally unique with every frame being painted. It was like stop motion, but I preferred 2D animation. But this 3D in this film, I don't mind because I loved the film as a kid. But yeah, my number 9 pick is something that, you know, is kind of a weird pick, I guess, but it is the Nutcracker and the Four Realms. So I'm actually really looking forward to this because you guys might have not heard of it, but it's Disney's new film, like after A Wrinkle in Time. So it's coming out in November, and I really, really enjoy Beauty and the Beast. So I'm really looking forward to this because it's obviously made by Disney, and I just kind of like these fantasy stories that Disney have been actually portraying that's different from Marvel, Star Wars. I'm really looking forward to this. Plus, it has Morgan Freeman in it, and it has some really good actresses. Keira Knightley's in it, and the main actress looks really good. I forgot her name, but the trailer actually looks really good, and that's what's totally sold me. So that's why it's at my number 9 spot.
I actually had that on my honorable mentions, and I replaced it, but
yeah,
I definitely have heard of it. It looks really good.
Okay, so my number 8 spot is Avengers Infinity War, and you guys might be like, what the fuck?
My goodness.
You might be like,
How?
What the fuck?
How
right?
Is it number 8?
Okay, so
No.
I'll explain.
Explain right now.
I'll
How is it number 8?
explain.
Okay. I'm a bit concerned with the like.
Okay, so my main reason why it's number 8 is due to me not liking Avengers Age of Ultron. I wasn't the biggest fan of Civil War. I know you really liked it, Chris. But basically, I haven't been a massive fan of the team-up films recently in Marvel. I really like the solo films, like Captain America Winter Soldier is my favorite, Spider-Man Homecoming, Thor, they were really good. But yeah, so that's my main reason why it's number 8, due to me actually not really liking the past. Since like Avengers, the first one, I haven't really super got into it, I don't know. But that's just my thoughts, and although the villain looks awesome, Thanos looks great. So I guess maybe I need to see a bit more footage to actually put this up my list, but that's why it's number 8. I know you guys are like, what the fuck? What do you think?
I can not really. Now that you've explained it, I can understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, it's fair, but with Civil War, like,
yeah, I know
Civil
you really
War.
liked it.
Yes, it's my favorite movie. How can you not like Civil War?
It's alright.
I thought it was okay.
I just felt like it was a okay team-up movie, in my opinion. Sorry,
Yeah,
if I just killed you.
I thought it was
Chris.
good, but
okay, so my number 7 pick is the same as what you did. I'm not sure what number you placed it, but it's All the Money in the World by Ridley Scott. It just looks so good. I love Ridley Scott. He's a brilliant director. The whole film looks really good. I love the premise about Getty, and it's a real-life story. Michelle Williams is in it. I love her in Game of Thrones. No, not Game of Thrones. My bad. She was great in The Greatest Showman. She was great in a lot of films. She's really good in a lot of films, so she's a very good actress. I like her. I respect her. And Christopher Plummer, obviously he replaced Kevin Spacey, and he's a really good actor. He was in The Sound of Music. He's been in a lot of stuff. So basically the cast, apart from, I'm not the biggest Mark Wahlberg fan, but like the people surrounding, like the main cast, actually are really good. And obviously I really like Ridley Scott, so that's my choice for number 7. So what do you guys think about that?
I agree. I think I placed it a little low on my list. If I went over it and like revised it, I'd maybe bump it up to maybe 8 or 7.
Yeah.
But I definitely agree with your choice.
Chris?
It looks like it's going to be a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a good movie, even though this is probably the first time I'm actually hearing of the movie. But it just from what you just described, sounds okay.
Okay, so my number 6
Is there like a trailer?
Oh yeah, there's lots of trailers.
Oh.
It's coming out. It's already out in the US.
There's a trailer for it.
Oh.
Just make sure you watch the one with Christopher Plummer and not Kevin Spacey.
Yeah. So my number 6 pick is one that you guys actually chose, and that is New Mutants. I'm so looking forward to this film. I love the X-Men characters. I prefer them over the Avengers, don't kill me. But I really like the characters, and apart from Spider-Man, but I love the X-Men characters, and Maisie Williams from Game of Thrones is in it. See, I got that mixed up from earlier. Anya Taylor-Joy, she was brilliant in Split. I really liked her, so I'm excited for her character. I love horror films, and this feels like a horror film, and it's something new for the superhero genre.
It's a horror film. That's the thing. They've confirmed it.
So that's what's making me even more excited, because I love horrors. The trailer was brilliant. It's probably one of the best trailers I've seen in a long time. And I'm just really looking forward to the characters and how they actually do this. I think the X-Men with Deadpool, Logan, and this film, they're just on a roll right now, in my opinion, from those three films. But yeah, from how it looks.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about it?
I absolutely hate horror.
Yeah.
But the trailer did look decent.
Yes, I'm with you, Robo. I hate horror. I hate horror.
I'll probably give it a watch, but I had it on my like honorable mentions, but I'll probably watch it, but I'm not a big. I'll have to wait and see what like put out.
Yeah.
Even if it's horror, I'm still gonna watch it because it's a comic book movie. But
yeah.
All right, so back on to you guys.
Horrors are a big no-no.
So Chris,
especially it.
Oh, I loved it. It was brilliant. I loved that.
I can't do it. I haven't watched it, but
it was so good. I loved it.
I can't. I'm sorry. I can't.
I hate horror. I hate horror movies, but it was a really good movie.
Mate, I get freaked out over jump scares, but I love horror films. It's like the satisfaction of getting scared. I don't know.
The thing with it, that big of a horror, but
yeah,
it's still creepy.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so Chris, do you want to do your number 5?
Fair enough. I'll do number 5 now. 5 is Venom, and yes, it's Venom because Venom. Let me explain. This is going to be quite a bit of an explanation, but this movie, one, because Sony and Marvel have come out and said that Venom is not going to be a part of the MCU. He's going to have no ties to Spider-Man whatsoever. And when I first heard this, I'm like, drugs or something. How can you do a Venom movie without Spider-Man? Because how can you explain Venom without Spider-Man? Because Venom literally has a version of the Spider-Man logo on design, and the whole reason why Venom is there because of Spider-Man. So how are you going to explain that if Spider-Man doesn't exist in the universe? But then obviously, as time goes on, is that Venom could actually be in the MCU, but they're not actually outright confirming it just yet. They're just waiting for it. They're like waiting for the right time to say it. So at the moment, we don't know. But number 5, because Venom is my favorite Spider-Man villain, and I'm very excited to see Tom Hardy. And if Tom Hardy is in Venom, then obviously it's going to be a good movie because Tom Hardy is Tom Hardy. But
yeah, I think we need to see a little bit more before I kind of place it anywhere, though. All we've really got is a teaser image and a cast, but
I think they even said the teaser image was fake. I think.
I'm not sure because they put it out on Twitter, but I'm not sure if the account is real. But I definitely need to see at least some footage before I kind of make my mind up on that.
Yeah. Anyway, Venom
number 4.
50, but because I really love Venom as a character, that's why he's number 5. So I'm holding my breath that Venom is going to be a good movie, even though his previous track record haven't really proven to be received well with previous audience. Even actually did love Amazing Spider-Man 2. Before Spider-Man Homecoming, Amazing Spider-Man 2 was my favorite Spider-Man movie. Make that what you will. I don't know, but I know a lot of people do not like Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, I like it. But okay, so moving on to number 4, my 4th most anticipated movie of the year is Incredibles 2. And the reason being is because it's Incredibles. Incredibles is one of the best superhero movies of all time. And it's not a comic book. It's not Marvel or DC. Best superhero movies of all time. So, of course, a sequel is long overdue. Like, they've done sequels to Toy Story, they've done sequels to Finding Nemo, but Credibles is the one that actually, you know, it's like the one that actually needs a sequel, especially with that cliffhanger ending. That's why I'm really excited to see Incredibles like 10 or so years late, not even 10, 13 years later or so. So I'm really excited to see what they can do. I don't think that they can top the first Incredibles. I don't think they could do that at all.
It was
Don't know why.
completely dazzling.
I have
Theatrical
faith.
Experience.
They're basically continuing it right after the end of the other film, right? And we have Brad Bird directing it again, so I have faith. I think it's going to be a really good sequel. I don't think it'll be as good as the original movie, but it'll be close in like how good it was.
It was a really
For sure.
good musical, and I am not a fan of musicals.
Anyway,
so
my
that's saying a
third
lot
most
for me.
anticipated movie of the year is Black Panther and Civil War. So that makes me want to see him, like his own story in Black Panther. I'm gonna explore this whole new world of Wakanda because we've never seen. Well, apart from the ending, apart from the post-credit scene of Captain America: Civil War, Wakanda in Civil War, the actual, I think we did. I can't remember. Favorite movie, but anyway, regardless, we're gonna see much more of Wakanda anyway. New characters as well. The casting looks well, and we're gonna get more of Andy Serkis, which I love. I love Andy Serkis. We're gonna see him again in Jungle Book later on in the year, so I'm really excited to see that as well. And of course, Black Panther is gonna have a direct tie-in into Infinity War, so that's making me even more intrigued as to what is the connection. I think, and this is the general theory, that the Soul Stone is in Black Panther. Otherwise, why else would it connect to Infinity War, if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why Black Panther is number 3.
Good.
And number 2, my second most anticipated movie of the year is Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
Reason being is because I love the first Deadpool. The first Deadpool is in my top 5 comic book movie. I found entertaining, very enjoyable.
Yeah, it's
I watched Logan yesterday, and I'm always comparing Logan and Deadpool. I enjoy Deadpool much more than Logan.
I love Logan and Deadpool. They're different.
Yeah.
Very different.
But anyway, yeah, with Deadpool, I feel like Ryan Reynolds we're creating Deadpool. The actual comic book character Deadpool, they were thinking of Ryan Reynolds. That's what I think. Because it just suits, so like you can't put anybody else in that role at all. That's why I'm very excited for Deadpool 2 to see more of Deadpool, to see more of Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool.
Yeah.
So one most anticipated movie of the year is, of course, what else would it be? Avengers Infinity War. Like, of course, that's what else would it be? Like, what can I say? Like, that's it. Avengers is the first one in my top 4 best comic book movies of all time. Second one was very good, but the third one, I feel like it's going to be one of the best superhero movies of all time. I just feel, because with me, Civil War is my favorite comic book movie of all time. So characters. So I have faith in the Russo brothers for them to juggle all these different characters in that movie. So I have faith in them. That's why I'm not concerned at all. Of course, you can be a bit, skeptical about it, but I'm not concerned because of Civil War. It's my top 10 list.
Yeah, some good choices. I think you really backed up your point, definitely on Black Panther. I agree. I think it was the best thing about Civil War, in my opinion, as well as Spider-Man. So introducing these new characters, it was just really cool seeing Black Panther. But yeah, the only reason why it's not on my list, I don't know much about the character. But yeah, I agree. Incredibles, really good film. Really looking forward to that. Yeah, what do you think, Ben?
I agree. I wouldn't have it, well, we'll get to that, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. I thought Civil War was really good. It was okay, it wasn't amazing though. And Black Panther, I'm looking forward to it, but we'll get to that as well.
Yeah, okay. Do you want to do your list then, Ben?
Sure. So for number 5, I have Sicario 2.
Yeah.
Obviously, we had the first one with Benicio del Toro, and we're going to have him back in the sequel as well. I thought the story in the first one was absolutely amazing. I loved it. And they definitely had a lot more story to tell. And once they released a trailer for this movie, you could definitely see that there's a lot more that they want to show. And I just really enjoyed the first one, so I definitely have that as a highly anticipated movie for this year.
Good choice. Yeah.
For number 4, I have Black Panther, and I thought that Ryan Coogler did an amazing job with Michael B. Jordan in Creed. So them two teaming up again is going to be awesome. I thought Black Panther was the best part of Civil War as well. I think your characters next to Spider-Man, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. And Andy Serkis is in there as well, and he's not doing motion capture, so we're going to get to see him be awesome, basically.
Yeah.
This one might annoy Chris a little bit, but I actually have Infinity War as number 3. I think Infinity War is going to be good. I think Thanos looks good. The trailer was amazing, but I mean, after Civil War, I'm just not really that hyped for it.
Yeah.
Maybe after Black Panther and stuff, once we find out all of the connecting stories, I might be a little bit more interested. But yeah. For now, I'm hyped for it. But I'm definitely hyped for the other 2 movies on number 1 and 2.
Yeah. So what are they?
So number 2 is obviously Deadpool 2. I think Ryan Reynolds is basically born. He was birthed onto this planet to play Deadpool, and the first movie was amazing. I think the way they tied the X-Men into it was awesome with Colossus and Teenage Warhead or whatever. They were awesome. We're definitely going to be seeing them again as well. And I'm definitely excited to be seeing Josh Brolin as Cable. So I definitely have that as a number 2 movie. And the Bob Ross thing that they put out was absolutely hilarious as well.
Yeah.
And then for my number 1 film, it's probably not what anybody is expecting, but I have the Gary Oldman film, Darkest Hour.
Yeah, that looks
which
really
is basically the story of Winston Churchill, how he became the Prime Minister of England and all that. If you look at the trailers are absolutely amazing. And if you didn't know that Gary Oldman was playing Winston Churchill, you'd never know that it's him.
Yeah.
The makeup is absolutely insane. And I'm a big sucker for history and stuff like that. I love history. So this is definitely my highly anticipated movie. And it ties into Dunkirk as well. So if you watch Dunkirk and then this movie, they kind of tie really well into each other. So I definitely have this as my most anticipated movie.
Yeah, good choices. I definitely agree with Darkest Hour. It looks brilliant. I love Gary Oldman, and Dunkirk was brilliant. So yeah, also I really do like films that are set in the past and
from
historical.
From what people are saying as well, the performance that Gary Oldman gives is basically a guaranteed Oscar. From what I've heard, So I mean, that kind of just adds to my hype. As if I wasn't hyped enough already for it, So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think Deadpool 2 is an awesome choice. I'm so excited for that. But anyway, so let's move on to my number 5 pick, and my number 5 pick is something that I think Chris actually put number 5. So it's the Venom movie, and I'm a massive Venom fan. I love him in the comics. I've read quite a lot of Spider-Man comics. I haven't read too much of the other Marvel comics, but I loved him in the animated series, back in the 80s or 90s. Basically, I was brought up watching that, so I really liked him there. And obviously, Venom is being played by Tom Hardy, and Tom Hardy is one of the best actors out there in present day, in my opinion. And his work with Bane, and his work in Dunkirk and tons of other films basically, but he's a brilliant actor. And I know, Chris, one of your queries is it's not in the MCU, but I'm kind of glad that it's not, because I want them to go in a different way, so they can get dark, they can get gritty, I want them to make sort of a Logan version of the Venom character, make it really dark, as dark as they can get, and try and utilize that.
Yeah. Marvel, Kevin Feige now said that Marvel are now open to doing dark movies, not dark movies, but rated R movies.
Yeah.
And the president of Disney has said, yeah, they're gonna keep Deadpool rated R. So if they're gonna keep Deadpool rated R, so that means they can keep Venom rated R, but still incorporate him into the MCU. It doesn't have to affect, the overall of the MCU. Just have him be like, but it doesn't affect anything, like Defenders and Agents of Shield, stuff like that.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't even. I think you both had Venom as number 5.
Yeah.
I was gonna have it in my honorable mentions, but I replaced it with something last minute. I just think, even though I really like Venom and I think Tom Hardy is amazing, I still think we need to at least see some sort of footage first. I agree with all of Ben's points. I think having an R-rated Venom movie is the way to go, kind of like Logan.
Yeah.
And if they definitely go down that route, I am very excited to see what they produce.
Yeah, so mine...
But I just couldn't put it on my list, really.
My number 4 pick is Star Wars, a solo story, Wait, what is it? Solo, a Star Wars story. That's really confusing. They should have just Han Solo. Yeah. But the reason why I put it number 4 is, obviously, it's Star Wars. But the reason why normally a Star Wars film would be like number 1 or 2, but the reason why it's number 4 for me is due to, obviously, the stuff behind the scenes. Apparently, they definitely switched directors, and, that could be a bit worrying, considering what happened to Justice League. But, apart from that, the cast is really good. They all look really good, and they're good actors. So, it's really cool, actually, seeing young Lando. I'm very excited to see that. And also Chewbacca's in it. So, that's one of the reasons. I really like Han Solo, but I don't feel the need to actually have a Han Solo movie as much as other characters in the Star Wars universe, so that's probably another reason why it's not like number 1 or 2 in my opinion. But yeah, what do you guys think about that? You agree?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, is the Han Solo movie, is it set before any of the previous Star Wars movies, or
it's basically before everything, really.
Yeah, before A New Hope. It's like in the middle. So Rogue One, it's before then. It's before Rogue One, basically. So sometime in the gap between Revenge of the Sith and Rogue One.
Yeah, I had it on my honorable mentions. I was going to put it in my top 10, but after everything that's kind of happened behind the scenes, I thought all the other movies deserved to be on there a little bit more. I think the cast is really good. I think Donald Glover is amazing, and he's going to be Lando, so that's pretty cool. We haven't seen Lando in a movie in a while, so that's going to be awesome. And I think Ron Howard is an amazing director. So I have faith, even though he reshot pretty much all of the movie, that it's going to be better than what it's going to be. Anyway.
Yeah. So my number 3 pick is Aquaman. My bad. And Aquaman, although he was probably my least favorite character in Justice League. I love his character in the comics. I think he's an awesome character. I love him in all the Justice League stuff that they've done in the past. And obviously, I have my doubts about the actual character just due to him having not much time on the screen. And I feel like they should have done the Aquaman film before Justice League. But apart from that, I really like Jason Momoa. He's a good actor. The director, James Wan, is a very good director. I like his stuff. Yeah, so there's a lot of things going for it. And I think an Aquaman solo film is a very good choice, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with all of those points. I put it at 6 on my list. I probably would have put it higher if I didn't anticipate like the other movies way more. It's definite. I think James Wan is definitely like a perfect choice, and I think Jason Momoa is like the perfect choice for Aquaman as well. Yeah. And we saw like even though we didn't see full Black Manta, we saw like a teaser.
Yeah, that was
and I
cool.
think that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, and also to back that up, Black Manta and Ocean Master are great characters. I love those characters, so that makes me even more excited.
The thing is, I kind of agree with Chris though. I think. Well, not Chris. I think I agree with both. I think we should have saw the Aquaman movie before Justice League. And I think we probably should have seen the Flash movie before Justice League as well. Yeah. Like, probably set up all of the characters first, and then, but...
Yeah. Okay.
Regarding Black Manta, I feel like the villain for the second movie or so, and maybe Ocean Master should have been the first villain.
Yeah, but the thing is,
probably
they mostly most of their stories are actually tied in together, so that's the problem. That's probably why they went for both of them.
Yeah.
So my number 2 pick is Deadpool 2. Now, I absolutely loved Deadpool. I thought it was a brilliant film. I was, with the ad campaign just leading up to the film, I was just so ready to watch it, and it delivered. I was laughing my ass off the whole time, and it was definitely my most, one of the best films of 2016, I think it was when it came out, and it was my favourite comedy film of the year, and definitely my favourite superhero film of the year. So I was anticipating it so much, and I just can't wait to see the ad campaign for number 2. And obviously they've started it, but you know, when it goes into full throttle, it's going to be really cool. So I'm looking forward to that like hell.
Nice. What's your number 1 then?
So my number 1, none of you guys have mentioned this, but I'm a massive Harry Potter fan, and my number 1 is Fantastic Beasts 2. The Crimes of Grindelwald.
Harry Potter films.
The Crimes of Grindelwald. Yeah, what were you going to say, Chris?
Harry Potter films I've watched is the first one, third one, and another one. I think it was either, I can't remember, Chamber of Secrets. I can't remember, but I've only watched 3 of them, really.
I'm going to have to ask you to leave, Chris.
I'm
joking.
I had it... I thought I was going to trigger you by having it in my honorable mentions, because you have I knew you were going to either have it in like the top 3.
Yeah.
So
no.
I love the first movie. I just want to see all the other ones in my list above it.
Yeah. So the reason why it's number 1 for me is obviously Harry Potter's my favorite film franchise. It's definitely like Order of the Phoenix or Prisoner of Azkaban are like my favorite films of all time, and I love Fantastic Beasts when it actually came out. At first, I was like, oh, is this going to be good? It's really different. But I really liked it in the film, especially the Grindelwald stuff. So I'm so excited to see Grindelwald. This is a Grindelwald-centric film. So I'm so excited because it's like a different era of dark magic. And obviously Voldemort was awesome. And now we're seeing the tales of the past that J.K. Rowling in the Harry Potter books wrote about a bit. She just teased it. And now we're going to be expanding that lore, and we're going to see young Dumbledore, played by Jude Law. We're going to see Grindelwald. Some more. We saw him in the other film. I thought he was great as Colin Farrell's character. And yeah, maybe my one takeaway is I kind of wish Colin Farrell actually carried on. Like, that's just my opinion. I think I would have preferred him over Johnny Depp. But yeah, one of the other things is we're going to Paris. And it's a different city. You know, we've seen obviously England and Hogwarts a lot, and then in the other film in Fantastic Beasts we saw New York, and now every Harry Potter film, every new Fantastic Beasts film is going to be in a new city. And with it actually being in Paris, I'm very excited. We're going to see new characters like Leta Lestrange, and she's a relative of Bellatrix Lestrange, and I'm so excited. And the cast from Fantastic Beasts, the first film, are actually coming back, so that's really exciting because I thought Jacob, Queenie, and Tina, and Newt were all really awesome additions to the actual franchise, and I'm very excited to see them, but most excited for young Dumbledore. And also we're going to see a lot of Grindelwald, and Grindelwald is one of the most intriguing and mysterious dark wizards out there. So yeah, that's my opinion why I put it number 1. And also, quickly, David Ayer, I really like him. I think he's a great director.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the movie. Harry Potter lore. That I know is that I really enjoyed the first one, and I'd like to see more of it, but I don't know much else really.
Yeah. So
I haven't seen the first Fantastic Beasts, to be honest. So, and to be honest, I don't think I'm going to. But yeah.
Yeah. So should we probably just all do like a quick recap of our list?
Yeah. So do a recap. So Chris, you do yours all the way through, and mentions as well.
So, including honorable mentions.
Yeah.
My honorable mentions: 5, Tudor; 4, Jungle Book; 3, Rampage.
Oh, can you repeat it? You're lagging out a bit.
2, Jurassic. 6, Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse. 4, Incredibles.
Wait, Chris, you're really lagging out.
The 2, Deadpool. Okay.
Can you quickly repeat your last 2 ones? Is that all right?
Okay, let me start with number 5. 5, Venom. 4, Incredibles. 2, and 1, Avengers Infinity.
All right, cool. So,
okay.
Robo, yours, Ben?
Yeah, so my honorable mentions are in no particular order, but I have Fantastic Beasts, Solo, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Ready Player One, and Incredibles 2. For my top 10, at number 10, I have All the Money in the World. Number 9, I have Mowgli, which is the Jungle Book. At 8, I have Coco. 7 is The Shape of Water. 6 is Aquaman. 5 is Sicario 2. 4 is Black Panther. 3 is Avengers Infinity War. 2 is Deadpool 2. And then number 1 is Darkest Hour.
Yeah, good picks. Okay, so my mentions are X-Men The Dark Phoenix, Black Panther, Jurassic World 2, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Annihilation, and then all the Academy films like Shape of Water, The Post, Molly's Game, Darkest Hour, Call Me By Your Name, 3 Billboards, and Lady Bird. I'm really looking forward to all of those. My number 10 spot is The Incredibles 2. My number 9 is Disney's The Nutcracker and the Four Realms. My number 8 is Avengers Infinity War. My number 7, All the Money in the World. Number 6, New Mutants. Number 5, Venom. Number 4, Solo, A Star Wars Story. Number 3, Aquaman. Number 2, Deadpool 2. And my number 1 is Fantastic Beasts. Number 2, The Crimes of Grindelwald. So thank you all for tuning into the stream, because this is the end. So thank you. I'm sorry for the audio editing. Obviously, it's to do with the connection, but you know, we're doing the best that we can, so I try it so it's as good as we can get. But anyway, if you could share the video, that would be awesome, because obviously this took quite a long time, and hopefully you actually enjoyed the video. So thank you so much for Robo and Commie Chris for actually joining me. So please be sure to go over to their channel and subscribe to them, because they make great videos. So anyway, I will see you guys later, and go check out their channels. Goodbye.
For having me.